For everyone who didn't know, on October 6, 2024, the LEGO Star Wars UCS Jabba sail barge is releasing. And keeping that in mind, today I decided to review one of my favorite and oldest LEGO Star Wars sets in my collection. This is the LEGO Star Wars Jabba's Palace. This set is set number 9516 and was originally released in 2012 for $120. But the average price for it today is over $500. Let's start with the minifigs. First is Boushh, aka Leia in disguise. She is a very sought after figure and for good reason. She has leg printing and silver accents all throughout. But the coolest part about this minifigure is the custom molded helmet, which looks just like it does in the movie. This figure also comes with her staff and her backpack, just like in the movie too. And in case you're wondering, this figure also comes with a hairpiece and a double-sided head. Next is Chewbacca, who is definitely the most outdated figure in this 12-year-old set. But he fits in perfectly with this set because he's in his prisoner disguise with his handcuffs. Next is Han Solo in Carbonite, which is a really awesome piece, but it's just the Han Solo minifigure behind it. Han's hairpiece is a little bit outdated, but his torso and face print are perfect for this scene. And his alternate face print gives him a more normal look. Fourth is Ola, who was a wonderful inclusion in this set, but I don't think LEGO will ever make her again. This minifigure has awesome printing and also a wonderful printed Leku piece. The only bad thing about her Leku piece is that it doesn't cover her alternate face print all the way. But her alternate face print does match the scene perfectly. Fifth is a Gamorrean guard, which was an obvious choice for this set, but I do wish it came with two of them to better fit the whole scene. But he does have good printing though. Sixth is Bib Fortuna, which is a wonderful minifigure and is definitely the most accurate Bib Fortuna from Return of the Jedi LEGO ever made. The best part is definitely that wonderful headpiece. Seventh is Salacious B. Crumb, which again is the most accurate version of this character LEGO has ever made. He is a rubber piece molded to sit down, but the only thing bad about him is that since he's rubber, the paint does wear off of him a little bit, especially on his beak. This set also includes a spider droid, which uses a really cool building technique of using swords as legs. And last but certainly not least is LEGO Jabba the Hutt. This minifigure has great printing all throughout, and he even has his own printed tattoo on the side of his arm, which is just great attention to detail. And his eyes also look very accurate too. His hands can also hold things just like a minifigure's. Now moving on to the build, this build can actually split into three parts, which are the main build, the tower, and the roof. And to make this video be more better for you, I'm going to remove these to give you a better look at everything. So first, if you want to remove the tower, you just separate it, and it's held on by pins, which just make it easier to separate and is a really good idea. And then the roof can also just come off just like this, which just brings more light into the interior so you can see it better. And as I said before, the watchtower and the main build can actually be held together by Technic pins and Technic holes, which just make the whole thing better, as I said before. But the tower build actually has 3 floors, and the first floor is pretty basic. It has a tile on the bottom that holds the 2 plates together, as well as a light on both sides, and also a door in the middle, but we'll get more on into that later. Moving to the second floor, we have a barrel with a gun, as well as a thermal detonator inside of it. And we also have a glass bottle, and also the second floor is built into this round piece, which just brings the whole build off together. And then the third floor is basically like a watchtower. It has a gun on clip as well as some binoculars. And you can actually place any minifigure you want, preferably like a Gamorrean guard. But putting that on there, it just looks so cool how he's like peering out over the thing, and it's also rounded off. The roof is complete with a rounded piece, which just brings the tower to all come together. On the side not facing the main build, you have these molded window pieces which look really good, as well as a snot brick and also extra detailing. And you can also see the rounded piece on the second floor better too, which just brings the whole build off, as well as the watchtower up there with the Gamorrean guard in it. Now, the front of the tower has the iconic metal eye that watches over C-3PO and R2-D2 in the movie, as well as the big wooden door. It also has some extra detailing of snot bricks, and also it has this really big gun on the front of it, which wasn't in the movie, but can move up and down is a really good detail. And moving on up to the actual opening the door mechanism, you have this pin, as well as a plate with holes in it, and this allows you to be able to lift up the plate and the pin will fit right into it, but first you gotta push the eye in, and then once you push the eye in, you can do it, which just makes it so cool, and how it does lift up like that in the movie too. And then if you want to take it back down, you can just take the pin out of the plate and it falls right back down just like this. Moving on, the eye of the door can actually stick out like I showed you, but the only way the door can actually open or close is if it's pushed in. But that little yellow piece right there is what, if you push that, it makes it go out and in, which is actually a really nice detail. And where the door actually has a mechanism at, actually is like a platform, which has 3 more of those circular pieces, as well as the rounded piece from the second floor. And I just think that the watchtower looks so good, especially because you can see the minifigure in there. And that's all for the tower. Now let's move on to the main build. The main build is actually Jabba's palace, which has so many fun details. So without further ado, let's get on into them. First, has this crate, and as well as a table with a drink and also an ice cream piece, which I assume is supposed to be some kind of alien food. And on the other side, in the exact same place, is another golden drink. And then right here is actually the Jabba's frog juice that he drinks, which is a very nice build. It has a clear piece with a frog at the bottom, and then up top has a white piece, which is like supposed to be all the bubbles and fog in there. And then, of course, you can take the string and separate it from the frog juice container and put it on Jabba's hand and make it look like he's drinking it, which is a very nice detail and was in the movie. Moving on to another play feature in this build is Jabba's palace, which can actually be controlled by this push lever on the back of the set. And if you push that lever, it makes Jabba's palace move over to cover up the trap door that leads to the Rancor pit, which is a very nice detail and moves just like it does in the movie, as you can see right there. And the way to reset this play feature is just by pushing on it with your finger, just to get it back to that original place that it was before you pushed it out with that lever in the back. Now, the trap door play feature is also very cool because you can actually put a minifigure on the trap door and use the lever right beside Han Solo and Carbonite. And if you pull that lever, it actually pulls the trap door, making the minifigure fall down into the Rancor pit. And this trap door play feature also goes alongside the Rancor pit set that was released with this set when it came out, which this set could actually fit on top of the Rancor set to make the trap door actually work just like it would in the movie, which is a very nice detail, and that's really is peak Lego Star Wars right there. And the way that you actually reset the trap door is just by pushing on the lever that you pulled to make it go out. And if you want to, you can push Jabba's palace over it to hide it all up just like he did in the movie. Now, moving on back to Han Solo, you have the Han Solo and Carbonite piece, which looks amazing as always. And you can actually remove this Han Solo and Carbonite just hold on by that little black clip at the bottom, which is removable. And once you remove that, you can see the controls behind him that Princess Leia uses in the movie to melt him before she gets caught by Jabba, which is a really nice detail that they included in this set. And you can just stick Han Solo right back on into place like nothing ever happened. And then on this side that connects to the tower, you can see again, I just love how it has that circular arch piece that looks just like it gives it the round feeling that it does in a movie, which is very hard to replicate in Lego. But I just love how it gives it that round look to it, which is just so awesome. And looking back behind Jabba's throne, you can actually see some details back there. But a better way to access those details is just by taking off the back, which has these hinge pieces. And that allows you to actually be able to clip off the other side of it, which opens the whole back of it up, which reveals the details back there. And the details back there include a fire stove looking thing back there, which I don't really know what's supposed to represent. I guess like something he's cooking, somebody's cooking for him. And then on the other side, you can see some treasure with some gold, frog, and a gun back there, which I imagine is his secret stash of stuff. And then this has that that piece of the fire on it, and that whole thing is actually the same lever that pushes Jabba's throne forward and backwards. And you can see that just by pushing that in, and then the fire piece sticks out, which is how he actually moves forward and to cover up the trap door. And that whole backside just closes up just like that. Now, to give you a better look at the backside, I'm going to put the roof on, which just has these corner pieces that does hold the build together, hold the roof on there so much better. So it's just so easy to remove. And then once you have the roof on, you can really just see all of how cool and round it looks, just like it does in a movie, which is actually very special because it's hard to recreate round things with Lego. And I think the designers did a really good job replicating that. I love like the wooden planks and stuff like that on the top, which actually you can see behind, which is really cool. And also this roof is so beautiful how round it is, especially with those round pieces on the top of it just to finish it off. But the roof also has a secret missile thing you can shoot, which I'm pretty sure you've seen already. But if you push that red lever, it actually shoots this orange missile, which looks so cool. And then after you shoot it, if you just load it back up, it just fits back into a Technic piece, which loads it back up perfectly. And it's just so cool how that is just included, because that wasn't in the movie. They just included that because, Lego can do that. It looks so cool, and I'm so glad they included that extra play feature. Now, as you can see with the roof on, the interior of the building looks a little bit darker, which is why I took it off in the beginning. But you can still see all the details in it. And this is how the building looks connected to the tower from the back side. And this is how the building looks connected to the tower from the front side. But that looks right there. That right there looks so accurate to the movie. And it just looks so cool. And I'm so glad they included all that, because I think the tower finishes off this set so good. And as you can see, you can barely even tell that the tower is separate from the main building. And I think that it's just such a good inclusion to have the tower and the main building, because they could have just done it with the main building, but it looks so much better with the tower too. Now I wanted to show you Jabba's throne and how it fits on all the minifigures. So first of all, there's 4 studs that fit perfectly where Jabba sits, and you can just place them right there on top just like that. And then you can also get Ola and put her on those 2 hollow studs that are perfect for just sitting down on there. And those are made just to fit Ola on there. And she looks really good like that. And you can also place Salacious B. Crumb on there as well. And then in the background, you can also put Bib Fortuna on there too. And I think this whole seating arrangement just looks so accurate to the movie. And I'm so glad that you can be able to do all of this in just that little space. As you can see, this is a wonderful set. It has awesome and amazing minifigures and a wonderful, wonderful build. And I thank you all for watching till the end of this video. And if you want to see more of these kind of videos, make sure to like and subscribe. And I'll see you on the next one. Have a great day. Bye.